Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
It is heating up in the great state of Arizona. The Diamondbacks hope their ball club can get turned in that right direction. Triple digits today. Time for this club to get it going. So hot they've closed the roof for evening baseball. The Braves at 8-5. The Diamondbacks at 7-6-2 go toe-to-toe tonight. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. And hi there, folks. You know by now Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Have a great weekend. We're glad you're spending Friday night with all of us. Now, for the Atlanta Braves, certainly a club that has been pitching rich throughout the last decade and a half. The Diamondbacks know throughout the next couple of weeks they need to be pitching rich because without Chris Young and Justin Upton, the pitchers have to pick up the slack.
No question. When your number 3 hitter is out and your number 5 hitter is out, you are going to have some guys offensively step up. But not just offensively. You're going to need your pitchers to keep your opponents to a minimum. That means 3 runs or less. Well, Trevor Cahill is going to throw tonight. He's done just that in his first 2 starts. He came over from Oakland. He was the main cog in that big trade that Kevin Towers made over this winter, sending high prospect Jared Parker. And so far, he's paid dividends. He's 2-0. He got a lot less wild last time up in Colorado, and that meant a lot of ground balls and strikeouts, Darren.
Yeah, right now it's fun to watch because as he pieced things together in Colorado, he is now 3-1. Ground ball outs to fly ball outs. That's what he's supposed to be doing. That's what he does very well. Chipper Jones is in the starting lineup tonight for the Atlanta Braves. This is his final season in the major leagues. Talked with him before the game, Gracie. He's not backing off, so a treat for all of these folks to see him here this weekend.
Absolutely. Chipper Jones, one of the greatest switch hitters of all time, a first ballot Hall of Famer. This will be the last chance for Diamondback fans to see him play live, at least here in Arizona. And it's always a treat when one of the best players to ever play the game is going to play right before your very eyes.
By the way, they have decided, and I'm sure the hitters will like this, a last-minute decision as it cools down this evening. The roof's opening behind us now.
Yeah, it's a much better ballpark with the roof open.
We're going to play outdoor baseball tonight. Certainly glad to have you with us at Chase Field. The Diamondbacks going toe-to-toe with Chipper Jones and the Atlanta Braves. When we come back, Mark McClune will talk about Gerardo Parra. He's got a huge responsibility in the outfield. Mark will tackle that subject. Gila River Casino, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
And welcome back to downtown Phoenix on a Friday night, game 2 of the series between the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks. The roof is wide open and we are ready for baseball. Hi everybody, welcome to the field. Mark McClune with you. When the season started, depth was a strength for the Arizona Diamondbacks in the outfield, but with the injuries to Chris Young and Justin Upton, that depth is now being put to the test. Gerardo Parra called upon to step up, and he has been stepping up the last couple games of this homestand. The defense dazzling last night, showing why he was a Gold Glover a year ago with this catch to rob Brian McCann and then gun him down at second base. Parra also a hit last night and a pinch hit home run against the Pittsburgh Pirates last series. Also made a play that didn't show up in the box score last night, stealing a base. It was his own call. He went on to score a run and got the Diamondbacks into the game. So how quickly things can change in the game of baseball. Gerardo Parra came into the season fighting for playing time. Now he's counted on every game. The duel in the desert continues when we come back. The first pitch between the Diamondbacks and the Braves.
Glad to be surprised by that as we came on the air this evening.
Great news.
Gerardo Parra is ready to roll, understanding his responsibility that he's got to pick up for that guy who he stands behind in Chris Young. And I think he's got a handshake and a way to get ready for everyone, including a little bald Matt Williams head there.
What's going on there?
Right there on the matty shaved head. Freddie Gonzalez in that other dugout. Gonzalez does not have his assistant manager tonight, Chipper Jones, because he is in the starting lineup for the Atlanta Braves. He's batting Chipper in the 6th slot. Michael Bourne is on. He has been red hot in his last couple of games. We'll explain later. Martin Prado. Freddie Freeman had a huge night last night. It's Brian McCann, Dan Uggla, and Chipper Jones. Jason Hayward is in right field. Tyler Pasternicki is the shortstop. And Brandon Beachy bats 9th, and he is on the mound. Jones, literally, his knee has been bothering him so much this year. Had it surgically repaired, a minor procedure in spring training, and after flights, it takes his knee about a day to relax after flying cross country. The flights don't treat him well.
Throb.
He landed and had his knee drained when he got here, so he needed yesterday off. The Arizona Ford numbers are presented, and they're presented for Trevor Cahill, making his 3rd start of the year, 1-0 with a 1.35 opponents, hitting just 143 against him.
Yeah, walked 6 in his first outing, cleaned that up significantly his last outing in a gem at Colorado.
He has never faced the Atlanta Braves in a regular season game, and the first pitch sinks away. We're underway here at Chase Field. Certainly glad you're with us tonight. Bourne looks at another sinker. That is a strike to even it up at 1-1. Rob Drake calling balls and strikes behind home plate.
Way in are the corner infielders.
Got the outside corner. Drake calls that one. There are the infielders with 2 strikes. They'll back up. Joe West is out there at first. We all know Cowboy Joe. Manny Gonzalez did a nice job last night. Slapped past Roberts and into left field. That is how you hit a sinker ball pitcher. Michael Bourne now has 6 hits in his last 8 at-bats.
Left fielder number 14.
We'll talk about taking 2 and going to left. That's exactly what happens. Just a sinker in the middle of the plate, and he swats it by a diving Ryan Roberts. And Atlanta Braves trying to pick up where they left off last night. They scored a lot of runs late in the ball game last night. Didn't take Ryan Roberts long to get nice and dirty. It's just the way he likes it.
So Nahe now looks to start a double play off the bat of Martin Prado. Infield ready, runner, a huge jump. Montero's throw, not in time, stolen base. He stole that one on Trevor Cahill. Clearly stole that one on Cahill. He had a massive jump.
Miguel Montero does all he possibly can, but you see the great jump. A very good throw by Montero, but just in ahead of it.
Since 2008, #1 in the major leagues. #1. Jacoby Ellsbury, a distant second, 50 behind. That pitch is low, and what that does, it just squashes one of the great weapons for Cahill. That's the double play.
He's going to have to do some fancy striking out here to get through this unscathed.
Outside, 2-1 the count to Prado. Cahill in his career has been just fine. He's been about league average, keeping runners close. You learn, and we learned this covering Brandon Webb, you learn as a ground ball pitcher they're going to run a bunch, so you have to keep them close.
I think you have to run against sinker ballers. Why just drop anchor and let your guys hit into double plays? That's what they try to get you to do.
Bourne red hot on a getaway game and a big win against the Mets. Had a nice night last night as well. Roberts even with the bag at third. Outside, 3-1 the count. Got on the side of that one a little bit. A lower arm angle. With Freddie Freeman, Rookie of the Year candidate last year. He waits on deck. Gonzalez has some talented young players on that roster. Outside, almost threw that one sidearm. Kia Motors presents the key to the game for this evening. Gracie, what do you have for us with regard to the Kia key to the game?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Darren. It ain't against the rules to throw a shutout.
Well, no, it's not.
No, absolutely not. And with 2 of your main guys in the middle of the order, Justin Upton and Chris Young, out with injuries, well, the scoring is going to be significantly down for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the last time I checked, yeah, you got to have guys offensively step up, but it's also time for the pitchers to have to step up too. They realize they've got to keep the opponents to a minimum. Hence, it ain't against the rules to throw a shutout.
0-1 the count, Freddie Freeman. Something tells me along your journeys through the major leagues, you had a manager say that at one point.
That would have been Don Zimmer.
Offensive struggles, the team you were on?
Offensive struggles. We were getting our brains kicked in on about a nightly basis, scoring about 5 runs in a week.
Lifted left on a line. Play is made out there by Kubel. He'll take a hard hit out when the runners don't advance, 1 away.
Yeah, and unproductive out there off the bat of Freddie Freeman.
Catcher,
and as you said, he'll take it, but
Ryan McCann.
Well, let's tell the folks at home and interrupt my story and bring up the defense.
Pollock, Parra, Roberts, McDonald, Hill, Goldschmidt, Montero catches with Cahill on the mound. A.J. Pollock in center field. So I'm guessing pitchers were complaining back then about not enough run support.
Exactly. Oh gosh, what do we got to do? We got to throw a shutout to win it. Yeah, you do. That's basically what Don Zimmer said. Like, I'm tired of hearing all you pitchers moaning and groaning about lack of run support. Well, it ain't against the rules to throw a shutout.
I like that. Brian McCann. Change up, 0-1 the count. Good pitch. And I thought the defense was woven in there very nicely in the middle of your story.
Thank you.
Everyone working together. 2 of 5 last night for McCann. And Bourne has managed to crawl inside of the head of Cahill with a huge jump first time out of the gates. Belted off the end of the bat, though. Parra's throw into the cutoff man at second base. That is what that late movement will do. That late dive got it off the end of the bat.
Was that I think it might have been a changeup.
May have been.
And it looked like he caught it just off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark. Let's take us a look, seeing. Yeah, that was a changeup, Darren. And he just got it off the end of the bat enough to keep it in the ballpark. So 2 outs here quickly. And a chance to get out of a mess here for Trevor Cahill here in the first.
So now Dan Uggla, runners on first and third. 11 career home runs against a team that originally drafted him out of college. Memphis, these Diamondbacks. Breaking ball, 0-1 the count to Uggla.
Well, it's a pretty just a little spinning, get me over breaking ball to Dan Uggla. Something other than the fastball he was looking for, and it just froze him up, and it's strike 1. Nice pitch.
Between the slider and the curveball, he'll throw about 2 out of every 10 that are breaking balls. That hit him, a changeup, and it loads it up for Chipper Jones.
Well, not the way you really draw it up if you're Trevor Cahill.
Third baseman, number 10.
Uggla doesn't move, and he takes it right in the kneecap, it looks like.
A nice welcome and an ovation for Chipper Jones, his final visit here into this ballpark. As we mentioned, did not play last night. Pulled that changeup inside. I've got to correct myself too. That pitch that hit Uggla was just a fastball, a sinking fastball, 87 miles an hour. When he's healthy, he's done just fine. When he's able to get out there, he's been hitting.
Now Cahill in serious need of making a pitch right here. And he hasn't yet. 2-0 with the bases loaded. And one thing we know about Chipper Jones too, he rarely chases out of the strike zone. He has a very good idea of a pitch he can handle in these situations and pitches that he can't. He's smart enough to know I'm going to look for one pitch at one speed in one spot, and if I get it, I'm going to come unglued. If I don't, I'll let it pass and try to get on the next pitch. Pitchers hate facing guys like this in these situations. Guys that don't chase out of the zone, but yet can really hurt you.
Hard ground ball, but he got him out front. Little flip. That will end the inning, so Jones comes up empty. Cahill leaves the bases loaded. You can see Cahill. He didn't like that jam he was in. Get that taste out of your mouth.
Yeah. I like 1, 2, 3 innings. I don't like those bases loaded with Hall of Famers to deal with.
A.J. Pollock leads it off. Aaron Hill, Jason Kubel, Miguel Montero. Good to have him back in the starting lineup. Paul Goldschmidt, Gerardo Parra, Ryan Roberts. Got to get him going. John McDonald and Trevor Cahill, 1 through 9. Penciled in by Kirk Gibson. Young man out of Kokomo, Indiana. Brandon Beachy has just been dominating this year. Had a fine year a season ago. A guy who was undrafted out of an NAIA program has turned into a nice major league arm.
A very nice major league arm. You'll see him hang around the low 90s with the fastball. He's got good assortment of off-speed pitches. And just a confident aura about him.
Pitched at an NAIA program, Indiana Wesleyan, played a lot of third base there. Yeah, was doing a little closing out of the bullpen. Did real well in a collegiate summer league. As Pollock,
Attaboy.
high fly ball into right field. AJ still looking for his first major league hit, 0 for 7 to start things off. Let's take a look at the Braves defensively. Prado, Michael Bourne, Jason Hayward, Jones is at third, Pasternicki, Ugla, and Freeman, with Brian McCann catching. I think you've got to make that man field the baseball if you're the Diamondbacks.
Absolutely. He's got a bad knee. He's 40 years old. Yeah, drop some bunts. Test him.
He'll do his best to position. He will obviously, with his years under his belt, try to use his wisdom, but the legs just aren't there anymore.
And there's nothing unfair about that. You're trying to win baseball games.
Absolutely. Breaking ball, got away with a hanger.
You've lost a tremendous amount of thunder in your lineup. There's nothing wrong with playing some small ball and trying to score them one at a time. Because, like we've been saying, it ain't against the rules to throw a shutout.
Aaron Hill with 3 long balls this year. Up and in, good 0-2 pitch. Beachy kind of still has that collegiate summer league look out there. No sleeves on, hat pulled down over his eyes. Breaking ball. Pulls those sleeves up after every time he deals a pitch. He just looks like he's ready to go. 2-2 the count. In on the hands, and it's chopped foul, so we'll do it one more time.
Changeup that ran in on the belly button. He just fought it off, did Aaron Hill.
Hill bouncing ball to short. Tyler Pasternicki.
Attaboy.
Shoots it on across. That's 2 attaboys, 2 outs in the inning.
Is that Terry Pendleton we're getting?
I think it might be Terry. Somebody up near that crowd, Mike. I think it might be Mr. Ross down there.
Yeah? Okay.
Terry's close by. There's across the steps, I think David Ross, who's certainly, he's right next to it. I think
It's got to be David Ross, my guy.
Yeah, David Ross homered against you.
Yes, he did. His first major league home run right here in Chase Field off yours truly. Oh, boy. Nothing big league about that.
No, there really isn't. 1-0 the count to Jason Kubel.
Another guy that needs to make it happen here, Jason Kubel, in the absence of the 2 aforementioned Upton and Young.
Well, he's got 4 hits in his last 12 at bats, starting to heat up. You wouldn't call him hot, but starting to, you can tell, get those wheels rolling.
Paul Goldschmidt, Ryan Roberts, Gerardo Parra, up and down the lineup.
Changeup on 2-0, flutters out of the zone.
Interesting.
Ball's in there tonight. Ryan Roberts, 176 since his first 3 games of the year. 3-1 the count. Here's another one. Came out of the gates hot, hitting his first 3 games, is 6 for his last 34 since that time. Swing and a miss. 3-2 the count.
Good location on the fastball to the outside corner. Kubal's looking to hook something out of the ballpark there. Something he could drive to right field. Watch him try to hook this pitch, but it's past him on the outside corner.
Hanging around. Don't forget, anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase from 4 to 6 the following day. And that's a good thing. Parra looks on as the 3-2 is fouled off. Kubel again, his sights on pulling and driving the baseball.
And there's nothing wrong with nobody on and 2 outs. Go ahead and take a shot. Beachy and Kubel just power on power here.
Fans already getting involved in the game. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
That's awesome. What a great grab. What do you think, D-Sut?
That's up above us, right?
I don't know.
Ground ball. 1-2-3 inning. We will review the play made by the fan. He may be coming to the contest. He's ran the proper gear for Gracie.
And drinking the proper beverage.
One look forward to Miller time later in today's game. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. Jason Hayward to lead it off. Tyler Pasternicki and Brandon Beachy against Cahill, who ended up having to deal with 6 Braves. First pitch change up is high. 1-0 the count to Hayward. Change up misses low. Boy, that's a good looking take. 2-0 the count, because that was close to a strike.
I think he was just taken all the way. A lot of times your first at bat, you're going to wait and see what a strike looks like.
Got the middle.
On the ground,
it didn't.
On the move, and a nice play made by Aaron Hill. You're right, it did not get through the middle.
We were talking before this game started about his last start, Darren. Trevor Cahill being, he got a lot of outs on 2-0 and 3-1 counts, which is opposite of what you're trying to do as a pitcher. You don't like to make 2-0 and 3-1 pitches if you can help it. But Cahill seems to get the batters when they're at their most aggressive and get that good sink and get them to hit the top of the baseball. Am I missing something?
Makes all the sense in the world. It's a dangerous proposition.
Yes.
But a lot of times runners in scoring position. 2-0 the count. Aggressive hitters counts. Good sinker ball pitchers will get you. Got to make your pitch every time, though.
Well, we saw it just now as that was fouled down the right field line, but we just saw a 2-0 pitch get beat right into the ground for an easy tap. We saw Chipper Jones with the bases loaded and 2 outs, a 2-0 pitch, an easy tapper to the right side. So like I said, that's not the way you want to draw it up if you're the pitcher, but Trevor Cahill seems to have some success early in the season doing just that.
To the right side, Goldschmidt to a knee, pops back up. Trevor Cahill is there, onto the bag and in time for the out. Good wheels there for Pasternicki.
Nice play by Goldschmidt just to reach to his right. And now it's time for Trevor Cahill to get over to first base, and he does a step ahead of Pasternicki. Big league name.
Beachy handles the bat all right. 5 of 51 with a pair of RBIs in his big league career. Good bunter, has 6 sacrifice bunts. You see right there that ratio of basically 1-to-1 fly ball out to ground ball outs. He has started the season 3-to-1. And league average is almost what you just saw there, dead even, 1-to-1. He is 3-to-1 ground ball outs to fly ball outs to start the year. That one is outside. Yeah, he's. Again, that is dramatically higher than league average.
3-1.
To the pitcher, Beachy. Now that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Atlanta Braves.
Matinee pricing. Get a discount on upper and lower level seats during all D-backs afternoon weekday home games. The next game, the next matinee game, is this Wednesday, April 25th, when the D-backs host the Phillies. First pitch is at 12:40. Get your discounted matinee tickets when you call 602-514-8400 or log on to dbacks.com/matinee.
Good stuff. Love that.
That's good stuff. It really, it's. You
and
can't
the
beat
Phillies.
it. Well, I want some of that.
Well, they're saying
pay Montero.
Well, they could be, or just bet on it. I mean, we don't condone betting, but
I was going to say
they're just saying
gambling's illegal at Bushwood, and I never slice.
Making friends, giving out baseballs to youngsters. Good stuff. Montero takes a changeup away. 2-0 the count. Anyway, love the matinee pricing. Take advantage of it before the Diamondbacks leave on a 31-day road trip. I'll be back after the All-Star break, folks. The 2-0.
Beach has got some sneak to that fastball, doesn't he?
Gets on you quickly, and it's pretty straight. The changeup dives, but the fastball, a good old-fashioned four-seamer. Montero is very close to a guy that he's being compared to only based on the last year plus. If you go back to 2011, you can see where the two of them stand. And Montero respectfully is right there with him and superior in some categories. And you can see Miguel gets more help from his pitchers. Breaking ball and a dandy. That is strike 3, and Miguel is done.
This one just locks up your bowels. This curveball. You're looking for a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Hey, right there. Easy call there for Rob Drake. 4 up, 4 down for Brandon Beachy.
Did he not like the call there, or was he just frustrated?
I think he's like, why didn't I swing at that?
Because it was a strike. Breaking ball and a strike to finish the thought, too, as Goldschmidt digs in. The one difference between Miguel and McCann right now is that McCann has done it for more than a half decade. As that one bounces in there. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. I mean, the numbers put him as one of the best offensive catchers in the game. I mean, it's been a great career. Miguel hopes he's building one. High pop up.
Find it!
And about 3 rows back. He found it, realized he didn't want to go get it. 1 and 2 the count.
It was a little too far away for him to find it.
So Paul's counterpart, Freeman, gets back to first. 2 and 2. Line drive down into right center field. Nice piece of hitting for Goldschmidt, who was just 2 for his last 13.
They picked out a high fastball, and you know your bat speed is where you want it to be when you can get to a chest-high fastball. It's a high fastball, and he just turns it right around with a quick, flat swing through the zone and just blisters it back up the middle. Pretty hitting right there by Goldschmidt.
Parra 7 hits in 29 at-bats this year. Chipper Jones 2 steps onto the grass over there on the third base side. An outfield shallow and swung over to left field for Parra. Don't forget, every time a Diamondback player knocks one out of here, we call it a Fulton Holmes homer. And $150 is donated to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. If Parra does happen to pull the ball into right center field, he's going to be able to run for days. It is wide open in right center.
He likes to hit fastballs, Gerardo Parra. He's been getting a steady diet of off-speed pitches this year. The few fastballs he's seen, he's hit very hard.
Runner goes, breaking ball in the dirt, throw down by McCann. Goldschmidt past the bag, and he is out.
Just a lot of that.
It happened a couple of days ago with A.J. Pollock. Well, he had it stolen, too.
Yeah, all he has to do is just go straight in, and he easily, cleanly beats the throw. And that is just an easy out. So that goes as a stolen base and then a caught stealing? Or just a caught stealing?
Just a caught stealing. And that's only 2 caught stealings all year for the Braves. They've given up 9 stolen bases. They've really struggled in this category. And Pollock had it happen to him against Pittsburgh a couple of days back.
Well, that goes from being a possible scoring inning to now. Bleh.
Pops that one up. Down the line it goes. Is that just not awareness of where you are when you slide? Why does that happen?
Well, I think I would imagine Pollock and Gold. It looked like Goldschmidt was sliding to avoid a tag, but the tag wasn't there. The ball wasn't there. And if you're just straight stealing, just go straight into the bag. Now, if you're trying to stretch a single into a double and now the throw's coming and all that, oh, yeah, now we might have to try to avoid a tag, as that's strike 3, and that ended what could have been a promising inning. We'll talk more about it.
Retailers and text road trip to the Miller Taste team at 620. 620, it's your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer. Ryan Roberts just about able to shake hands with Michael Bourne as he digs into the box.
No, way in, both the first baseman and third baseman. Way in.
Pulls that one off his foot.
Well, that'll slow down a speedster, man. Right off his toe.
So the count is 0-1 to the red hot Bourne.
Ouch.
Rob Drake gives him a chance to walk it off. Singled, stole a base back in the first inning. And he pitches him right back inside, as any good pitcher would do.
That's just mean on pitcher's part. You know, us hitters have sore feet. You can't just go right back in there and make us do it again. Good pitch there. And that'll move back the corner infielders. That really hasn't stopped Bourne. He seems to be on base just about every at-bat in this series.
Into the dirt it goes. Well, you go back to his game against New York a couple of days back and then include last night's. He is 6 for his last 8 with 3 walks to go along with that in his last 2+ games. So you're right. Into right field. Easy chance there for Gerardo Parra.
Just good scouting report right there on Bourne. He rips this ball into the gap, but right standing there is Gerardo Parra. And Parra just makes it look rather routine anymore, doesn't he, Darren?
Yeah, he did make that look very easy.
Because anything in a gap for Michael Bourne is a triple.
Well, scouting's part of it. Eric Young gets credit there. He has to move his outfielders around, as that one is a line drive center. That is a base hit for Martin Prado. Nothing you can do defensively for that one. Prado with a walk and now a single. He was 1 for 4 with a walk last night. And now the dangerous Freddie Freeman. Line to left field. That doesn't mean by any means that he's cooled down. He's still 7 for his last 14 with 3 home runs in that time span. Started off slow.
Looking for that ground ball to get out of the inning. That's a good start. It started way off the plate, but this one didn't. What did those 2 swings show you, Darren? I'll tell you what it showed me. Freddie Freeman can hit a fastball down the middle and hit it a long, long ways.
Hot shot right field. Down it goes. Up against the wall. Parra will play it. Hustling on around. The play is behind the runner if they can get it there. Instead, Freeman gets back to the bag. Prado races all the way around to score. And for Freddie Freeman, the red-hot hitting continues.
I had just said to you, Darren, that those 2 swings showed that he can handle a fastball down the middle. What's he get here? A fastball down the middle. 3 fastballs in the middle of the plate this series. 3 rockets. 2 leave the park. This one just drives in 1. And Freddie Freeman, just a human wrecking ball right now on anything in the middle of the plate.
Chopped to the right side. McCann moves the runner up, but there are 2 outs as he is erased. And I don't want to lose sight of Freeman. You could have seen it in the highlights last night or even in this RBI tonight. For a guy who stands 6'5" with long arms, he does not have a long swing.
He's got a very short swing.
That home run last night to the opposite field was stunning. How he pulled those arms and almost made it look like he was about a guy with short arms, like he was 5'5", if you follow me there.
I know exactly what you're saying. Well, like I said, fastballs in the middle of the plate, he has just absolutely demolished. Right now, Cahill trying to get away with just 1 run.
And this to me is stunning. This is a guy with a big wingspan last night. This is first one.
Yeah, that's a short, quick swing. Remember a third baseman, batting champion, Bill Madlock?
Oh, do I? Absolutely.
What a short, quick swing he had. That reminded me of almost of a left-handed version of Bill Madlock.
You've got to be confident, though, to be that tall and that strong and do that. Outside with a breaking ball. 2-1 to count to Dan Uggla. That is the first hit with a runner on base allowed this year by Trevor Cahill. Just a moment ago. The first one.
Beautiful change up there. That's just a thing of beauty, the bottom dropping out of that one.
Runner at third, 2 outs. Did it again. But then again, so did Freddie Freeman. Cahill piecing things back together with this slow changeup.
Ryan Roberts steps in the box sporting a new look. He was frustrated with himself last night after the game, so Ryan Roberts went immediately into the clubhouse after the ball game and shaved. He shaved his beard, trying and hoping that a new look would allow him to turn over a new leaf at the plate. Roberts says he's tired of walking back to the dugout and hearing good at bat, stay on it, you're right there. And Kirk Gibson saying today that both Roberts and Willie Bloomquist, they're so competitive. It's definitely something he likes, but sometimes it can be these guys' own worst enemy. Roberts said he also considered shaving his entire head and also showering in full uniform to get something going.
Well, here's hoping that takes him in the right direction and over the railing.
Well, got a break there.
Wow. Track ready.
Oh, what? Can you imagine what would have happened if he had that beard?
Would that have
That
been
would have
caught?
stayed in play. But it's funny, Mark McClune's talking about showering with your uniform on. I did that.
Did you?
Yeah. I was in the middle of about a 0 for 20, and the team I was playing on wasn't playing very well, so I just went cleats and all, spikes and all, into the shower, eye black and all, and put some detergent. Oh dear. Well, keep trying there, Rhino. But
maybe.
I mean, I got the soap and just scrubbed the uniform, like get all this stinky Mark Grace off. And well, I broke my slump the next day, and we won the ball game, and so I actually got to shower normally after that.
Really?
So yeah, hopefully. Well, Ryan didn't do it. Maybe he needs to.
Shave his head?
No, shower with his uniform on.
Okay. All right. I'd recommend kind of the parent in me comes out and says maybe you should probably not wear your spikes into a shower.
Oh, I did.
I understand that, but that just sounds dangerous.
Well, you got to clean those up too. Scrub them up.
I understand that, but that's a recipe for slipping and ending up in the emergency room.
Well, I understand that too, but desperate times call for desperate measures, and those cleats were just making way too many outs. You need to clean them up, get them spotless, get all that badness out of there.
0-2 the count. Roberts 6 for his last 35. A little check swing by McDonald. That's an easy chance coming off the mound for Beachy. So a couple of outs in the inning, and he's faced the minimum to this point.
Pitcher number 35, Trevor Cahill.
Cahill 0 for 6 this season with 4 strikeouts. Baseball players are some superstitious gentlemen.
Yes, we are. You superstitious about anything, Dan?
I probably should have been more. I wouldn't have gotten run out of after a ball.
No, just in your life.
Not really.
Not really.
Bouncing ball.
And a baby.
Well, I'm not superstitious at all. It's bad luck.
Good point by you. Kids at home, don't ever shower with your spikes on. Very dangerous.
Only when you're over your last one.
No, don't do it at all.
Feel free.
Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo. It's only $4.99 plus tax. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Back at the ball yard, a beautiful night for a ball game. Roof open, Chipper Jones to lead it off. Brian McCann looks on from the dugout, AT&T. Trivia question, which 5 catchers have the most extra base hits since 2005? The top 5 slugging catchers over the last 7 years, half decade or so. Good question. Which catcher slugging the best? Chipper Jones takes inside. 1-0 the count to Jones. 94 games in his career against the Diamondbacks, his final series ever at Chase Field. Do we all think he's serious? Well, before the game we had a chance to have a nice conversation that you will hear over the next few days and when the team goes to Atlanta as well in June. He counted the amount of games left in the season. He gives that one a ride into right center field, and a dive, can't make the play. It didn't get in the gap, as we could hear from the Braves dugout. I think Pollock maybe thought it was going to the gap, just kind of misplayed that one.
Yeah, he misplayed that one. He probably hit him a ball that was knuckling out to him. Who knows? But you can see it's there for the play, and then all of a sudden he just kind of lost track of it and couldn't make the play.
So a base hit for Jones, as that one is over the outside. (2,622 hits in the career of Chipper Jones. 0-1 the count on Hayward. One and one the count. Hayward rolling. Braves fans, I'm sure, love it. In the middle of a 9-game hitting streak, hitting 400 over that time. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. CenturyLink presents CenturyLink high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. Brandon Beachy 93 miles an hour. Trevor Cahill 90. He'll do that with intention, trying to get a chase. Didn't happen that time. 2-2.
A lot of times you like to throw a high fastball to set up a low changeup with the next pitch. We'll see if that's what Trevor Cahill's thinking. He's looking for a ground ball.
There it is.
Got him off the end of the bat, though, even though it is in the air. But very, very harmless.
High fastball than this.
Off the end of the bat it goes. That was a really well executed changeup. It just never gets there, and that's just an easy out. And it looks the way Beachy's throwing for the Atlanta Braves. I mean, you're hard pressed to do much if you give up more than 1 run today if you're Trevor Cahill, because your opponent is throwing the heck out of the ball right now.
In on the hands, Pasternak, he fouls it off. Beachy, Minor last night, the left-hander, threw a fabulous ball game. Atlanta's reaching a point now where they're kind of clicking on all cylinders, pitching, offense. Ground ball out to Roberts, charges, there's one, and that's all they will get.
Nice play by Roberts.
Pitcher Brandon Beachy.
You can see that Trevor Cahill reminds me a little bit, not completely, but a little bit sinker-wise of Brandon Webb, and that is he is always one pitch away from getting that double play ground ball to end an inning. Now, I don't think he has the tremendous curveball that Brandon Webb had, but he's certainly got the kind of movement on your fastball that just leads you to think he's going to be very successful in this ballpark.
Outside. You know what he does have, though? He's got a little bit of a jump on Brandon Webb, so he may still develop that curveball even better. Bouncing ball to the right side.
A lot of those ground balls.
Cahill's still 24 years old. This is his 4th year in the big leagues.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Up each.
Yeah, Chipper Jones getting some encouragement.
LMFAO.
That's exactly right. It was playing here in the ballpark. And listening to the music, encouraging his teammate. David Ross there. Good stuff. Chipper did go hard to break up the double play. All right, A.J. Pollock. All right.
You're about ready for something, huh?
It's time for his first big league knock and maybe get something going here for the team.
Maybe push a bunt past the pitcher.
Whatever it takes. 0 for 7 so far in the major leagues.
Because Chipper smells a rat at third base. He's way in.
He is way in at third.
No, really. AJ's thinking the same thing we're thinking, Darren Sutton.
And Chipper was coming. He already was. Now he's going to cheat in even a little bit further.
Yeah, Chipper smells a rat.
Popped up. Center field. Bourne puts it away. And so Pollock trying to get things going. 0 for 8 to begin things. He did drive in a run last night. Our Geico quote of the evening, brought to you by our good friends and partners with Geico. There's no added pressure. Guys here are smart enough to know that the more you try to do, the harder you will make it on yourself. Aaron Hill on being without Upton and Young. Press. I mean, it's a simple word, pressing.
It's true in a way, but by the same token, you also understand you've got to get the job done. Somebody's got to do it. Why not you? Everybody to a man in that dugout without their offensive big shots. Hey, this is my turn to shine. Let me drive in some runs. Get some fellas on for me out there, and I'll drive in some runs. That sounds like fun, doesn't it?
It's a lot of fun to get things going. Curve ball misses outside. Another one and a good looking take. The one thing we have seen from Hill is he has started to heat. He is 8 for his last 25 and also in that time 6 walks. So he has been on base 14 times in the last 8 games. Offered at that hanging curveball that wouldn't have made it.
He hung it enough for it not to be hit hard.
Hayward makes the play for the second out of the inning. Our Nissan text poll. Well, the 100th anniversary of Fenway today. Which do you like better? 36929 of the older ballparks. A for Fenway. B for Wrigley Field. Which one do you prefer of the classic centuries old ballparks? Which do you prefer? A or B?
All right. You have to throw my vote out since I played in one of those places for 13 years. So which one do you like better, Darren?
I have, as Wrigley will turn 100 next year, I have sat in both as a fan, not working.
Okay.
And I'd have to say Fenway Park.
Really?
Love them both, but I'd have to
why?
say because the tension and the level of the fan interest there that ties into the game is much more intense than that of Wrigley
true,
Field.
yeah. Wrigley has become a big party. It really has. Now, you still have some diehard Cub fans.
You bet. But just the edge that it creates, and it feels like you're almost looking at a baseball game in the palm of your hand when you're at Fenway. It's so intimate, more so than Wrigley. Amazingly enough, Wrigley's a tiny, intimate ballpark as well.
That made David Ross wiggle, 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 wiggle. It almost got him.
Is he going to be okay, you think?
I think he's just fine.
Good to see that he's mic'd up for us tonight. The 1-2. Harry Pendleton was trying to help him out. Eric Hinsky's come down there. They're sending assistants down to the other end of the dugout. He doesn't have a feel for that curveball. Not the slower one. Slider's okay, but that's about 4 he's missed badly with in this inning. Didn't you know that was coming? A fastball and it's fouled off, so we'll do it again.
Once again, with Trevor Cahill doing such a good job keeping the Atlanta Braves to just 1 run right now. You're just 1 swing of the bat from either tying this ball game up or, if you get a base runner, taking the lead.
So we'll do it again.
I give a lot of credit to Beachy. He just comes right at these Diamondback hitters. He is not messing around one iota. I mean, let's play baseball.
And he's been up. The up pitches way out of the zone have been bad curveballs, poorly executed curveballs.
Once again, I mean, here it is. Let's play ball. I mean, that is just challenging belt high right down the middle. And you can see just about all but the one hit by Goldschmidt earlier in the ball game. These Diamondbacks have been tardy on just about every single fastball. Once again, tardy, but still alive.
Well, he's heading into 11 pitches in this at bat now. Does he trust the curveball to throw it? Changeup.
So far, a really good battle now between a good hitter and a young, up-and-coming stud.
What are you thinking if you're Kubel here? Get in the box. Okay.
I'm thinking fastball. I'm thinking Montero's on deck. Well, McCann wants the curveball, but it's going to be a fastball.
He's thinking fastball. He gets it, but he couldn't square it up. Fun battle between those two. A dozen pitches there, and in the end, it was won by that man on your big screen. Experience for 2 this year at an MLB World Series game. It's presented by Scott's. Scott's, the official lawn care company of Major League Baseball. Snacks, ice cream, sundaes, and good stuff here at the Ball Yard. Which 5 catchers have the most extra base hits since the year 2005? Of course, V. Mart, Brian McCann, Joe Mauer, Jorge Posada, and A.J. Pierzynski, a guy that gets overlooked, but Pierzynski, the last decade, more hits than any catcher in the game.
Good trivia question. I like that.
Very good trivia
Very well
question.
done down there. See, it can be done. We can get a good trivia question. Good
Fouled
change
off.
up. Jumping ahead now 0-2. I don't know, Darren, are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? This has 1-0. 2-1 written all over it tonight. Both
that
pitchers just in complete command.
Went down and got a really good changeup. Now that's an 0-2 pitch. You don't have to bounce it. There's no rule. You don't have to throw it cap bill high. If you execute it, you can throw this 0-2.
That's just starting hip high and down around the toes. Just a super pitch there by Cahill, and you have to try to keep the speed of Bourne off base. I think Cahill understands just how important the rest of his time is out there. He cannot afford to give up any more runs. I think right now the way Beachy's throwing the baseball and then that terrific Atlanta bullpen, you better keep it at 1 run just to have a chance. Good breaking ball.
Fabulous pitch. 1-1 the count. He's only thrown maybe 2 of those, and that one the best. Just gets you thinking about something else. Over the top, the changeup died at home plate. All right, this is what happened in his last outing in Denver. As the game got later, he got sharper. His pitches were more firm. The 1-2. Into the dirt it goes.
Cahill upset with himself by not getting that pitch where he wanted to.
You could see him in that first inning, and you used to document this with Brandon when I first started covering him with you. He was kind of Cahill feeling for an arm angle. He'd throw a few almost sidearm. He's in the slot now. In on the hands, Roberts sets, fires, and in time for the out. Matt Williams has been doing a lot of work with Ryan Roberts, saying that up to about 2 or 3 days ago, his throwing, and to quote Matty, was just unsatisfactory. He said the feet weren't moving, dropping down sidearm, dying a lot of balls, almost changeups if you would at first. That was a better throw.
That had some steam on it all the way across the diamond, and that one's chest high. There's always room to improve. There's always something to work on, even at the major league level. You don't have it figured out yet. There is always room to improve.
This is a tough play. Is it even playable? That's about a row or two back. Roberts and Kubel got over there. Now, just because, Gracie, you were on the receiving end of most throws at your position at first, when you did have to make throws from first to either across to third or to second, the key is one of them keeping your feet moving, right?
Absolutely. Your feet are the most important thing you have as a defender. You have to keep your feet moving. Yeah, you want nice hands, but you're not going to have any opportunities if you don't have good, quick feet. You got to stay on the balls of your, on the balls of your feet, stay on your toes, and you have to constantly be in motion. Even when the ball's not hit, you need to be ready. Always get yourself ready. You don't want to find yourself flat-footed or the ball be by. Guys hit it so hard up here at the major leagues. If you're not on your knees and ready, if you're not flexing your knees on the balls of your feet, it's going to be past you before you know it.
And that comes into the end of the play, and that's throwing. Oh my goodness. Change up 2-2.
Let's see if we can pick out an infielder here. If we get a chance. Oh boy. Let's see if we can look at that beautiful changeup first. Let's watch John McDonald as he's steady and gets ready.
Moving the whole time. 3-2 the count. Lifted left. That's hugging the line. Down line it goes. It's a foul ball.
Well, Freddie Freeman has just been a thorn in the Diamondbacks' side. Let's take a look at. Let's watch John McDonald. We picked John McDonald. He's such a terrific fielder. Let's watch him. That says the pitch is coming, and you see he's moving his feet. A little hop right as the ball's in the contact zone. Ball 4.
Was that a changeup he pulled in there? 81 miles an hour.
Yep, that sure was.
Catcher Brian McCann.
And you know that's the dangerous guy right now. Now this is a dangerous guy in the box as well, and Brian McCann. But right now, Freddie Freeman's been the guy that's hurt you the worst in these past 2 ball games. So sometimes you even have to take your chances with star players, and that is Brian McCann right now.
Inside. A little glove work going on. By the looks of the size of that glove, that's an infielder's glove. And he might have one of those infielders out there might be using their backup right now.
That was Cody Ransom in the forefront there. Good to see he's feeling better after passing a kidney stone last night.
Now, bless his heart, you get called to the big leagues and you have to deal with that. 2-0 the count.
Yeah, that is below average.
But
good to see him back and feeling better. Threw a 2-0 changeup and had him way out in front. Good pitch. Throw it again. Go ahead and throw it again. That's what I'm thinking. Right now, if I'm McCann, I'm thinking fastball. You just threw me a 2-0 change. I think you're going to try and trick me here and throw me a fastball. Let's see if I'm right or if Trevor Cahill's right. I'm usually right.
Belted right field. It was a changeup. Hard back and it's gone. 83 miles an hour, which is hard for a Cahill changeup. He left it up. He hit it out. And for McCann, home run number 3, RBI number 8 and 9, and 3-0 feels like a tall mountain to climb for the Diamondbacks.
It really does. After 2 quick outs, unfortunately for Trevor Cahill, a 2-out walk. followed by a 2-run bomb. That was the story last night as well. A 2-out walk followed by a 2-run bomb. Yeah, that was a changeup up in the zone, and he just went out and crushed it just over the right field fence. And as you said, 3-0 might be a little too much to ask, as that one just crawls over the wall for a 2-run homer.
And Cahill will tell you, look, you can't worry about radar readings as a pitcher, but an 83-mile-an-hour flat changeup's almost like a batting practice fastball.
Yeah, he threw it a little too firm and a little too high in the zone. That's where he wanted it. He wanted it down there.
1-1 the count to Dan Uggla. All right, Arizona, some work to do. Let's see if they have comeback ability and the ability to hit the third time through the order like they did last year. Takes a change up, 2-1 the count. McCann is hitting 10 of his 12 games this year. Bouncing ball. Long throw. McDonald. Miguel Montero. He saw the man in the other dugout, who now is known as one of the best offensive catchers in the National League, do his thing. Miguel, do you have an answer?
Home safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
So Miguel Montero looks to start a rally. It was McCann in the middle of a rally. He's now working behind the plate with Beachy.
Well, he just consistently throwing that 90-mile-an-hour fastball right past these Diamondback hitters. When there is contact, it's usually off the label and usually shanked foul. So that ball is just getting on these hitters more than they think so.
Heads up.
And then a curve ball right behind it.
He went back to a good one, a real good curveball. An inning ago, he did not have that curveball, and he didn't believe in it. He shook it off in some key situations. He's got it back in his holster again. Change up.
And every once in a while, it just kind of shows you that changeup just to show those guys in the other dugout. By the way, I throw one of these too every now and then. He's been impressive tonight.
Into the dirt it goes.
Well, I guess so. He's only given up one hit.
Well, he's had a funny
really going
night.
out on a limb, aren't I?
He's thrown 66 pitches, so 45 of his pitches have been to all the other Diamondbacks. 21 of them have been to Jason Kubel. Jason Kubel in 2 at-bats has worked 21 pitches. Otherwise, he's been efficient to everyone. Montero, though, finally putting a good long at-bat on it.
Well, that's what happens when you pound the strike zone, Darren. When you consistently throw strikes, more often than not, whether you give up hits or whether you get outs, it's going to happen within the first couple or 3 pitches. Curt Schilling used to strike out 12 a game and throw 90 pitches because he just threw nothing but strikes. What a pitch. Change up right to the outside corner. Miguel Montero's now struck out twice looking.
That one a little bit closer to the edge. The curveball that got him earlier in the game was clearly a strike. This one more borderline. Want to remind everyone that we welcome you to Chase Field, the Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. Fun times at the RamTrucks.tv pool. Great place to watch a game, and I can't wait till the next time we get to call a game out there next year. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Fastball is high, 1-0 the count. Well, right now, Chris Young, all he can do is just talk to his bat. He can't use it. Just kind of making sure that the bat stays focused when the shoulder's ready to use it again. That's a good shot right there. You ever talk to your bats, Gracie?
No, they're inanimate objects. I didn't talk to them.
He's talking to his. I think he misses using it. Change up, 2-0. Pretty pitch. 2-1 the count.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit there, and he was tardy on a breaking ball.
Do you remember that movie in 1980 or so, My Bodyguard?
Oh, sure.
You know, with Clifford and Linderman, the bodyguard, Moody, Matt Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the bully.
Oh, sure.
But Young and Upton, they're the bodyguards. As the 2-2 is hit hard. And guys like Goldschmidt and his mates, you know, Clifford, if you will, these guys have to go to school now without the bodyguard. The bodyguards are not available at school anymore. They got to take care of their own fights. That's exactly right.
You got to fight your own fights, yeah. You got to. You know, when the bully comes and picks on you, sometimes you got to fight back instead of asking somebody else to fight your fights. You're right.
By the way, I'm told that was Gerardo Parra's bat that Chris Young was speaking with.
Well, hopefully he gave it a good scolding and he can get the Diamondbacks back in the ball game. Not with a good old changeup like that, though.
I don't know if Chris told the bat about that changeup. 0-1 the count. Yeah, the Diamondbacks, top of the order, having a hard time getting going in this series. Chipper weighing at third on the grass. Parra off the end of the bat. Martin Prado makes the play for the second out. Parra a 6-hole hitter tonight, but Arizona's 1 through 5 hitters in the 2 games against Atlanta are 4 for 28 with 4 singles.
And that counts tonight. Paul Goldschmidt 2 for 2. Everybody else in the lineup donut. I mean nothing.
Here's Ryan Roberts. Popped up to the first baseman back in the second inning. Has done good work against the Braves throughout his brief time in the big leagues. A 300 hitter against Atlanta. A near 400 on base in 15 games. 1-0 the count.
Not interested at all in that high fastball. Once again, almost like he's taken all the way, because he knows he's going to get an elevated fastball, but he's laying off it nicely. Now he might get a better fastball to hit 2-0. One thing we know about Ryan Roberts, when he gets something to his liking, he will come unglued.
They're going to talk about it.
Why not?
In this situation, and that's what you mentioned. You have John McDonald on deck, who, although he can prove as a guy who can make contact and a veteran hitter, he's a guy that you know is waiting and a guy that can't hurt you consistently anyway with extra base hits. And they're going to start moving around. Some catch going to be played out there. So they had a big conversation, and what they came away with was right down the middle.
Exactly.
2-1.
Let's let it fly and challenge him. The last thing we want to do, that's right center cut, is walk this guy and bring the tying run to the plate. So let's go ahead and make this guy beat us with the bat. That is Ryan Roberts, who's been struggling of late. And if he hits it in the seats, we're still leading.
Look at McCann taking a look at Roberts. Shook him off. Went to the breaking ball.
And a dandy right on the outside corner. Goodness.
Funny thing about the mind of a pitcher, if they shake off with conviction, they'll usually throw that pitch with conviction. He wanted to throw that pitch.
He sure did. There, he got him to chase it.
And it's time for the B-Max Legends race.
Atlanta Braves Beachy's been special tonight. And then Brian McCann has done a nice job catching, but he likes to contribute. We've heard his frustrations the last few nights when he hasn't come up with a big hit. He guessed right. He got one up.
You have to wonder if that's just too big a blow to overcome with the way this Braves pitching staff has just throttled the Diamondback offense.
Chipper out front, a changeup, bobbled, recovers, throws it away. And Jones heads down the line, managed to stay out of the way. We'll see what they rule it. As that was the ball that Hill, he had to go ways to get to, but then he couldn't make the play once he got there.
I would imagine this is going to have to be an error.
I would agree.
And it is an error on the second baseman, Hill.
Here's Jason Hayward. Swing and a miss at a changeup. No, that's a sinker. 0-1 the count. 87 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hayward. Way off the line at third is Roberts. McDonald not far from that bag at second. He pulls it, base hit, right field. Chipper Jones moves up 90 feet. Hayward is on, runners on first and second. Nobody out.
Let me interrupt here, Darren. Follow the D-backs with MLB.com @BAT12 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details.
Boy, that's a great read.
Thank you. They're thinking Pastor Nicky might be bunting here. I'm thinking they're probably not with the pitcher on deck. And you've got a 3-run lead. I'm thinking go ahead and let this young man get his rips. What do you think, Darren?
I think you let him hit. Hayward, by the way, has been hitting. That's now a 10-game hitting streak that matches his career high. Little chopper, Cahill turns and fires onto the bag. That's all they will get.
That is a nice play by Cahill, but I think he could have gone to third base.
Especially with Chipper running.
Yeah, with Chipper running. I don't know if Cahill knew if Roberts was back at the bag or if maybe he was coming after this chopper. You can see he's got to play at third base, but he decides to go to second. And one thing that does is keeps the double play in order. However, with the pitcher now up, you keep the suicide squeeze as an option, and you also can score on a little dribble or a fly ball. But a nice play by Cahill.
Pushes it. It's a safety squeeze. Little flip to the plate. Jones is safe. Little underhanded flip. They made it easy for Jones just to slide on in. No sense of urgency there for the Diamondbacks. It was a pretty bunt. And a run is added. Plate left wide open to come on in. Little underhanded flip to the plate.
Now, it took Paul Goldschmidt a long time to get this ball in. And a nice slide there. Montero was a little bit out in front of the plate. And he has to go a long way to make the tag. And that's a good call by Rob Drake, the home plate umpire. Chipper showing those 40-year-old legs. Still got some spring in them. And a clinic right there by the Atlanta Braves and Freddie Gonzalez.
And they had some help from Arizona there. That was not a well-executed play. And it was an invitation to score.
Yeah.
The plate was left wide open.
But see, now it goes back to the choice. Cahill going to second base for that forced play instead of third base. It just leaves a play like that open for execution.
One and 0 the count to Michael Bourne. Slaps that one down the line. It goes. Cougar won't get there. It's down. 1 run is in. They'll stop the runner at third. Bourne with a double. Another run for the Atlanta Braves. And they are, like last night, pouring it on. They lead it 5-0.
Fastball up, and he just swats it a long ways on one hop down the left field line. Nothing Kubel can do but get it back in as quick as he can. Once again, Atlanta starting to pour it on as they did last night in the 6th inning.
Runners on second and third and 1 out. You see the Reds picked up their 10,000th win in franchise history today.
That's pretty cool.
They beat the Cubs. Well, that doesn't break your heart.
Well, a lot of teams have been doing that, beating the Cubs.
Yes, they have. 1-0 the count.
3-11 now
To Martin Prado.
Cubs.
Red Sox lost to the Yankees as Fenway celebrated its 100th birthday. Yeah, the Cubs have lost 6 in a row. The 1-0. Pitch is low. 2-0 the count to Prado. This inning all started with an error.
That's exactly right. And when you're dealing with a hot team, a hot offense, when you give them any kind of an opening, a hot offense will, knock down that door and then kick you right in the teeth with their next kick. And the Diamondbacks are learning a rough lesson here. When you're not scoring runs, you can't give up any gifts, and there have been a couple of gifts here this inning.
Three and one the count. Pounded off his foot. By the way, let's update our Nissan text poll question. On the 100th birthday of Fenway Park right now, you say, well, you like Fenway Park better. Wrigley celebrates its 100th birthday next year. Continue to vote. Text to 36929, A or B. Now, Gracie, as this gets a little disconcerting. Prado having a hard time walking it off.
Banging it right off the top of his foot, maybe on his toe. Let's see where it gets it. Yeah, right on that top of that foot, the instep maybe.
Score 6-0 Atlanta Braves. Beachy runs well for a pitcher out there, and Prado with an RBI. RBI number 7. Atlanta 6, Arizona nothing.
And that's going to do it for Trevor Cahill. Double switch is going to be made. Ryan Roberts is going to leave the game. And looks like Willie Bloomquist is going to come out and play one of the infield positions. I'm assuming third base.
Off on the right side of the bed every morning. We'll then find out about Kachinko. Find out and learn how you can play right here at Chase Field by going to the interactive kiosk. It's near section 111 during regular season home games. It'll change your life if you play. And it's
Really?
Gila River Casino.
Life-changing experience at Kachinko.
At the plate, first baseman Freddie Freeman.
Craig Breslow goes to work. So far, very good. Opponent's hitting just 171 against the southpaw. Came over with Cahill in a deal this winter from Oakland. 1-0 the count to Freddie Freeman. Obviously we kid, but it's a great interactive game here at the ballpark. Tough night for Ryan Roberts. Came out as part of a double switch.
It's been a tough start for Ryan.
Heads up.
1 ball and 1 strike the count. Freeman lined to left, doubled in a run, and walked. In his last 4 games, including tonight, he's got 8 hits. 3 of them home runs.
Oh, tied him up with a fastball in. Beautiful pitch. 1-2. And he just comes right to the inside corner and beats him. Tried to go right back in there again.
On 2-2. Breaking ball lifted, deep left field going back as Kubel hits over his head and off the top of the wall. Another run comes on around. Kubel finds it, fires it back in. Yet another extra base hit and another RBI for Freddie Freeman. Have a heck of a run the last 4 games. The Braves lead it by a score of 7-0 over the Diamondbacks.
That'll be charged to Trevor Cahill. Unfortunately for Cahill, slider hangs belt high, and once again we can see if you go something belt high down the middle, Freddie Freeman can whack it. And this time he hits a bolt over the head of Kubel about 340 feet down the left field line. Very impressive.
And a tough night for Cahill in the end when he was doing good work for quite some time in this contest.
Yeah, he gave up a 2-run homer in the 5th inning after 2 were out. A 2-out walk led to a 2-run homer. And it just looks like he just never got it back. Maybe carried it into his next inning of work, and well, Atlanta's still hitting with 4 runs across here in the 6th.
1-1 to count the Braves, and they've just started the 6th inning here in this contest. But in innings 6, 7, and 8 combined in the first 2 games in this series, the Braves have scored 12 runs on 13 hits.
Man.
McCann hits a high fly ball into left center field off the end of the bat. Big inning for the Atlanta Braves. They score 4. They lead it 7-0 here at Chase. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball is brought to you in part by Nissan. Go to Nissan now for our great offers across our full lineup. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer now. Love the first Little League night of the season. They're everywhere. Ahwatukee Foothills Pony League, the Buckeye Little League, Clarendon Little League, Desert Ridge Little League, Mountain View Little Leaguers, and McCormick Ranch Little League, just to name a few, all represented here. Little Leaguers have packed in this ballpark and having fun on a Friday night at the yard. Breaking ball, he bunted right through it. And no, he didn't go around. There they are. Styling Gracie in their unis, aren't they?
The Ahwatukee Reds. He's ready for a foul ball.
He's ready.
They brought their gloves. They're ready.
What are you talking about as a defender? You've got to be up on your toes. He's
right.
up on his
He's
toes.
Ready. Doggone right.
1-2 the count. Your thoughts, and obviously he's tossing a shutout, but your thoughts on why Beachy has pitched so well?
Pounding the strike zone with good stuff, obviously, with the good fastball, some breaking balls and some changeups, but he's just rearing back and throwing it right by these Diamondback hitters. It's just he's sitting in a lounge chair. He's making it look easy.
A little chomper to chipper.
Shortstop.
And he turned that one into an out. Andy Griffith is next.
I love it when you go skip carry on us.
A little bit of everything. Here's Willie Bloomquist. Came on as part of a double switch in the 9 slot now. And a slider.
Willie, like most of the Diamondbacks, has been scuffling the last few games.
At 10 of 43 on the season after a hot start, hitting .233. Change up. Danced in there like a knuckleball.
Darren, does it seem like every Diamondback hitter's 0-2?
Yes.
Hence a 2-hit shutout to this point for Beachy.
And Beachy's done it in his first 2 starts as well. That'll do it. 3 pitches. Bloomquist is done with a strikeout. 2 quick outs in the inning.
Center field.
It's fastball right there. And right by him. Impressive. Pitching is not nearly as easy as Beachy's making it look, folks. And Trevor Cahill can attest. I mean, he went out there with good stuff tonight, Trevor Cahill. And at the end of the day, he's going to have a box score that says, line score that says he gave up 7 runs. I thought he threw the ball pretty well.
Pollock with a call of time. All into the count. You talk about the Braves and their offense as you see what they have done. 6 innings a couple of days ago on Wednesday where they scored 2 or more runs. 4 innings the Braves scored 2 or more runs here last night. 2 big innings so far tonight.
Huh. And a change of the subject.
Sure.
Another 0-2 count. It's 1-2 now, but it was 0-2 again.
7 times he's gone 0-2 in this game. Slow curveball, pounded foul. And talk about what the Braves had done. They started the season 0-4, and they started in the skids. They're 8-1 since. They're hitting, and they're hitting some more, which makes your pitchers better. Gain more confidence, get settled in. Off the end of the bat to stay alive for Pollock. So you kids at home, I know it's Little League night tonight. A couple of lessons. Avoid those crooked numbers when you're pitching. And if you're hitting, stay out of the air to center field.
I'll tell you what, Darren, you're starting to come along. You're starting to understand this game more and more.
That's in the air to center field.
right there. A.J. Pollock can tell you, stay out of the air to center field.
Atlanta Braves 7-0. Diamondbacks searching for some offense in the absence of Chris Young and Justin Upton, and had a chance to talk to Justin Upton today in the clubhouse just before batting practice. He said he was unable to take any swings today in the cage. The left thumb is still bothering him, and he knew today when he woke up in the morning this morning that he would be unable to play, but is available in a pinch run / defensive replacement role and hopes to not go on the disabled list. Upton has had a couple conversations via text with his childhood friend David Wright, who recently came back from a broken pinky. Wright used a therapeutic hand putty to try to strengthen his broken finger, but Upton says the most important thing right now is rest for that thumb, and he says that he feels a lot better than he did this time last week. Guys?
Thank you, Mark. Let's hope that it heals very quickly, because Justin Upton
Third baseman Chipper Jones
really doesn't benefit this team at all as a pinch runner.
No, not at all.
And with the thumb injury, there's a bit of a risk that goes into pinch running.
If you're sliding,
he injured it sliding. He injured it sliding, not head first, but bracing himself with his hands behind. So let's hope that he heals quickly. Here's Chipper Jones. Right back to the screen it goes. A switch hitter flips it on around and bats right-handed. I had a chance to have a conversation with Jones before the game today. Asked him a question about Mickey Mantle, the greatest switch hitter of all time. And I said, you know, Chipper, a lot of people have mixed emotions when they look back on Mickey because of some of the things off the field that were a part of his life. But he played certainly the game with a lot of drive and passion, changed the game as a switch hitter. He said, well, I only know one way to put it. In my house, there was the good Lord above, and then there was Mickey Mantle, and he was very close.
Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want about, you know, what Mickey did off the field or whatever. On the field, he was fabulous. Babe Ruth, kind of the same story. You know, in my opinion, Babe Ruth is the, by far, best player of all time.
Chipper pops it up. We'll do it again.
Not because what he did in the dead ball era.
Right.
When he was hitting 50-something home runs, the next closest guy to him hit like 8.
No, he was hitting more than teams.
Yeah, and then also, people forget, he was a fabulous pitcher as well as all that hitting. Barry Bonds is the greatest hitter I ever saw. But Babe Ruth is the greatest baseball player that ever lived, in my opinion.
1-2 the count. Chipper said in 1992 he had a chance to meet Mickey Mantle, and he practiced in the mirror the night before talking to him. He was that nervous, so scared to meet him. That one is high. 2-2 the count.
That's a little troubling.
He said it's a moment he'll never ever forget because his dad idolized him. I mean, He's a switch hitter because his dad idolized Mickey Mantle. The 2-2. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. One of those rare players that, unless something dramatically changes over the next 5 months, will be able to go out on his own terms. A lot of times that doesn't happen.
Most players don't. Most players are either released or put on waivers. Chipper gets to say goodbye on his own terms, and that's what I wish every player could do that.
Off the end of the bat, was way out in front of that pitch, and in time for the out. Our APS Energy Assist of the game. You replace those old incandescent bulbs with CFLs. They use 75% less energy.
I did. I got a greenhouse.
Get that picture heading back into the dugout. Fastball in on the hands. That one's fouled back. Souvenir down below. It didn't look like going back to Chipper watching him hit. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Well, those knees and those legs are betraying you. It's tough to hit, isn't it?
Oh, and his knees and legs have been betraying him since he was a young player. But yet he was still able to put together a Hall of Fame career.
1-2 the count.
You know, a la Mickey Mantle.
One and 2 the count, 2 outs, 7-0 is the score. Hayward tonight singled in the 6th inning, fly to right field and grounded out to second. Cleaning it right up. Nice inning by Breslow. Beachy meantime ready to go back to work. It's been his night.
Jackson and Joe Borowski coming to you from the Diamond Club, getting set for Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink, our post-game show. And Joe, you know the Diamondbacks scored 1 run on Wednesday, 2 runs last night, so you know things aren't going well on offense right now. And then Brandon Beachy comes in with a sub-1 ERA for the Braves.
He didn't have to settle down at all. He was on cruise control from the start. I'll break down his outing and show you how he made a very difficult game look very easy.
All right, thanks very much, Joe. We'll look forward to that. Guys, back to you.
Gosh, another good one where I cannot wait to hear what he has to say.
He's just a tease, isn't he?
It's just every single time I'm trying to think and figure out what he's going to go with. So you'll have to stay tuned and just watch it in the post-game show. Stephen Drew yesterday, 4 innings defensively, back and forth at bats as well. No adverse effects. Obviously, that's in a camp game. Still, as the team plays on April the 20th, sometime in June would be a dream target day. And a little bit more on the latest on Stephen Drew. We have Mark McClune a lot closer to that dugout. Mark, what do you know?
Well, he was out taking ground balls today. You mentioned the 4 at-bats yesterday, the 6 innings in the field and extended spring training, and says it now takes him 5 minutes to warm up rather than the 15 minutes that it took him to warm up a little bit earlier in the year. But Kirk Gibson said not there yet. Drew doing his best to be a good teammate, though. He actually made the team all shirts to wear during their workout. It has some of their favorite Stephen Drew quotes on them. It says seriously on the front, and I'm being dead serious on the back. As you know, been in the clubhouse. Stephen Drew is kind of becoming I don't know, often imitated. Would you put it that way? Everybody kind of from being around, from what I've seen, they have a Stephen Drew imitation.
They like him. He's a good teammate, and they miss him. And they miss his bat.
And when you're well liked, you're often
into right field, play it on the hop. Continue your thought.
Well, you're often the hind end of a lot of jokes when you're well liked, and that's the way. I mean, you know, that was that bat right there, just kind of a culmination of all night long, Darren. Beachy and Kubel just going at it. Fastballs, foul balls, fastballs, foul balls, a lot. And once again, Beachy just challenging Kubel with fastballs, and Kubel finally got the last laugh there, lining a single into right field.
Yeah, you were talking about it in his first 2 at-bats, Kubel, 21 pitches against him.
And I would say probably 18 of them were fastballs. And there was just a lot of foul balls. It just kind of became a one-on-one, man-on-man thing.
Montero has struck out a couple of times, 100 pitches for the right-hander out of Kokomo, Indiana. Ground ball, nope, took it right off the dirt. And with the tag, that is a double play. Freeman had a nice snag on a backhand. And just like that, bing, bang, and boom. Air conditioning, cool plays. Mark Grace picked before the game tonight Big Adam Dunn to have a big night.
Well, I can't get enough of Big Adam Dunn. We miss him. We wish him nothing but the best. He was awful last year. But it's good to see him back on track for the Chicago White Sox. Another long ball and 4 RBIs tonight. And Matt Kemp, you better pick him about every night, don't you think?
Kemp has 8 home runs now. Drew Stubbs, a big game. Chaz Roberts, air conditioning. Triple-digit temperatures right around the corner. Don't forget to call your friends from Chaz Roberts. We'll keep an eye on that. Don't forget to visit foxsports.com/fantasy. Keep an eye on fantasy baseball updates on occasion. And,
I just can't get enough of Big Adam Dunn.
Well, I would imagine, here's the thing. If you're going to follow Gracie's picks of the night for fantasy baseball, if you own Adam Dunn on your team or you're deciding whether or not to play him, he'll probably select Adam Dunn every night. So
it's hard not to.
Just be careful. Pasternicki from Breslow. That one is fouled off into the seats. 0-2 the count. For the visiting Braves, 7 runs on 8 hits with no errors. For the homestanding Diamondbacks, no runs on 3 hits and 1 error because of that man.
He has been in complete command of this ball game. As was Mike Minor last night, the left-hander for the Atlanta Braves.
I'm trying to remember Adam Dunn. He wasn't a stellar defender, was he?
Well, no. He wasn't even close to stellar. Defensively, he was rather awful. Why?
Just try to recall Adam Dunn. Well, 1-2 the count. Unbelievable, Matt Kemp. The Dodgers won that game 3-1 over Houston, by the way. The 1-2. Pasternicki fouls it off. So we'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. The Dodgers beat Houston 3-1. Ted Lilly walked 6, but still was the winner. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 run. Ted Lilly this year has a .69 ERA on the season.
That's nuts.
The 1-2. Belted. On the move, A.J. Pollock. And the man out of Notre Dame puts it away.
I'll get the first bobblehead in a set of 5 this season. Be here on Saturday, May 26th, before the Diamondbacks play the Brewers at 7:10 p.m. The first 20,000 fans are going to get a J.J. Putz bobblehead. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/tickets. Got to get you a J. Yeah,
I have
that's
one.
A big league bobblehead.
There he is.
That's
right
nice.
there. What do you
like
think?
That a lot.
Coming on into your living room. It's a good looking bobblehead.
Probably got a split finger.
Oh yeah, I like that one though. Pick one of those up. When's that, Gracie? When's that coming up?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's Saturday, May 26th. 7:10.
The Brewers are in town.
7, not 6:40, 7:10.
Or 5 o'clock.
Ah, good point. Saturday. Be wearing the black jerseys just like JJ's got on his bobblehead.
2-1 to count.
7:10, folks. Late game.
Two and 2 the count to Beachy. Yeah, just enjoying some Cold Stone at the yard. Couple of spoons. You know, it's one big bowl of ice cream and about 5 spoons. And a lot of times when that happens, you know, the person that out of a courtesy grabs the extra spoon is sorry they did.
And why is that?
Because they don't. That's why they don't end up eating any of it.
But I bought it. Well, no, you said take a spoon.
And that's a walk. So Breslow has done good work by piecing things together and cleaning it up. I'm sure frustrated with the walk there, but the The left-hander has thrown 35 pitches so far. And here is Michael Bourne.
Ooh, nice breaking ball for strike one. Breslow's been impressive, Darren, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, he's been impressive. And Kirk Gibson spoke of him in the bullpen as a guy who could do this, go a little bit longer in a game on occasion. It's important.
Because your other left-hander is Joe Patterson. He's more of a left-handed specialist. And come in, give him one left-hander, and get him out of there. Whereas Breslow has a little something for the right-handers that Joe Patterson doesn't.
There's Joe. One and two, the count to Bourne. Looked like he did there. Yeah, you betcha. And so Bourne goes down on strikes. 2 outs in the inning for Martin Prado. So tomorrow's contest, we'll have it for you as well. That's Joe Saunders against Tommy Hanson.
Martin Prado.
Check your cable listings. Visit FoxSportsArizona.com. That contest is on Fox Sports Arizona Plus tomorrow.
We're going to the Plus tomorrow, huh?
Bazooka Joe will be ready to go. He of the .64 ERA.
He has been fabulous in his first 2 starts of the season.
Swing and a miss. There's the matchup, Hanson against Saunders. They call it Triple Threat Saturday tomorrow. Coyotes, and Suns, and Diamondbacks all with home games on TV throughout the day, either on Fox or Fox Sports Arizona Plus.
Heck of a job by Breslow, eating up some innings.
Oh, my goodness. The Atlanta Braves enjoying their trip into Phoenix, Arizona on a gorgeous night here in the Valley. Hot days, beautiful and mild nights. good hitting, and they have been hitting. The Diamondbacks not hitting at all. As a matter of fact, they have been manhandled by the last two Brave starters tonight. Brandon Beachy, the undrafted signed free agent out of Indiana Wesleyan University. In his 31st career Major League start, one of his finest.
He's faced one over the minimum going into the bottom of the 8th inning. So it's been an absolute walk in the park for Beachy.
That pitch is low, 3-0 the count.
This is the only guy that has even made Beachy even flinch tonight, and that is Paul Goldschmidt, who's 2 for 2 with a couple of hard hit singles, and now he sits 3-0 here to start off the 8th.
Ball 4. Goldschmidt is on. Our good friends and partners with Dodge Ram Trucks present the tools of the trade. A little bit of a safety squeeze, push to the right side. The Diamondbacks made it easy on Chipper Jones. Really didn't close down the door at home plate. You know that with those bad legs and knees, he wasn't looking for any sort of a collision at the plate. Instead, the gate was swung wide open, and Chipper Jones scored easily. Tools of the trade. And the Braves, that kind of started the ball rolling downhill against the Diamondbacks.
That's exactly right. Cahill just kind of never got over that, if you will. And the play prior to that, where he elected to go to second base for the force out instead of third base, actually set up the possibility of that safety squeeze. And then the Braves executed it perfectly, and they haven't looked back since.
Gut check time, 105 pitches for the right-hander. Chipper Jones way in at third, Parr late on the fastball, right down the middle, 0-1 the count. Popped it up. I told you folks about that triple threat Saturday tomorrow on Fox Sports Arizona. Every game crucial, trying to get that 8th spot for the Phoenix Suns. Of course, the Atlanta Braves, they visit. Pregame programming starts at 4:30 on Fox Sports Arizona Plus. And then it's hockey as the Coyotes try to put the series away, the first rounder, and for the first time win one, move into the second round against the Blackhawks. What a moment it may be tomorrow night. We like to call it Triple Threat Saturday around here.
Lyle Overbase stepping in.
Get all your channels listings, by the way, on foxsportsarizona.com. Overbay fouls that one back.
I think the Yotes are going to move on, don't you?
Well, that'd be nice.
It's been a long time.
They say he went around, a ball and 2 strikes to count. 1-2. 1 out. 7-0 Atlanta leads it. Curveball, line drive, center field, base hit.
Well, that was pretty, wasn't it, by Lyle Overbeck?
Stayed back nicely. That'll probably be it. Let's see if he's making the move.
Yeah, he's going to, but what an impressive performance by one young right-hander. Beachy was fabulous.
He leaves a couple of runners out there. 3 hits allowed.
Somebody will buy him dinner sometime soon. Probably his manager.
Fantastic facial hair on a Friday as we welcome you back to the yard.
That's some hard work.
A lot of discipline by both gentlemen. Chad Durbin, the right-hander, looks to piece things back together. For the veteran righty, it's been a tough start this season. And with a 7-0 lead, a perfect time to get out there and go to work. Well, he did it all tonight. It's kind of reminded me the way he attacked hitters. Kind of a younger Matt Cain kind of night, if you will. A lot of fastballs, just enough of the soft stuff, but a lot of fastballs.
And a lot of strikes.
Yep.
Just strike after strike.
Makes sense, the Cain thought?
Yeah, watching him, yeah, I like that. And he's one of those guys, after seeing him live tonight, he's kind of one of those guys that he makes me kind of want to follow about every fifth day. Hey, I wonder how that Beachy kid did for Atlanta.
Off the end of the bat, popped up. Freeman, a couple of spins, and he makes the play. He got all twisted up like a pretzel, and then he unwound and made the catch. You know, the spine could move that much. Nice play.
Just a little pop off the end of the bat. And Freddie Freeman was doing some pass patterns, some button hooks, and some down and outs. But at the end of the day, you get paid to do that, and that is catch the baseball.
Here's Willie Bloomquist. Struck out in his first at bat of the ball game. And he takes a slider that misses outside. You know, Beachy, as he takes it all in on the bench, again, as we told you early in the game, an undrafted player from a small college. An NAIA school. Ouch, that got his bare hand, didn't it?
Sure did.
Oh, boy.
Got the meat hand. And seen catchers break knuckles, break fingers by exposing that meat hand. Watch his non-glove hand. Yeah, got him right in the wrist area. Ouch. That'll ruin your whole day if you're a catcher.
Pitcher takes some time, buys his catcher some time. The umpire wasn't going to rush him anyway. Pitcher tying his shoe out there.
This time he takes it right in the kisser.
All you catchers out there.
Yeah. Bang. Yep. Just to show you that wasn't a fluke there, Brian McCann. Go ahead and take one right off the noggin.
One and two, the count. You know, we were saying about Beachy, an NAIA school, undrafted, Indiana Wesleyan, and to all you parents of young athletes out there, the reminder is, let your kids play. If they're good, they'll find them.
That's exactly right. You don't. It's going to be a tough play.
Everybody's safe for Arizona.
But yeah, you don't have to go to ASU. You don't have to go to U of A or any of the other major colleges in this country. You can go to an NAIA school, and if you're good, they will find you, Darren. You're exactly right. Or San Diego State. Sorry.
Or Notre Dame, as A.J. Pollock did. There's a breaking ball, and it's a strike. Looking for his first big league hit. But let him play out there, you parents. There's mom and dad. Looking on. Swing and a miss.
Had some serious bite down and in on Pollock. Mom and dad wanted to see that first major league hit. Oh, Pop's not happy. Not happy. It's all right. Still got one strike left. Somehow he laid off a good sinker down the net.
So if you've missed it to this point, called up to replace the two outfielders on the roster, Ransom as well, Cody Ransom, and has begun his career hitless in 9 at-bats. He does have an RBI on a sac fly. Oh, boy. He got one up at the belt.
Boy, he got a good pitch to hit there. Oh, man. I live and die with my sons in their Little League games. I can only imagine how he's feeling right now watching his son play in the major leagues, looking for his first base hit.
Breaking ball, got him. Down and away, he continues to seek 0 for 10 to begin his major league career. That man was fabulous. He'll get that hit, Dad. Hang in there. He'll get it. It'll be all right. Just as we promised earlier in the game, Miller Time is brought to you by Miller Lite. Beachy, fabulous. Believed in his fastball, used his defenders. A good enough curveball. A real solid changeup to go along with it. Some fun battles with Jason Kubel, but in the end, it was a pleasure to cover Brandon Allen Beachy, the 25-year-old right-hander, tonight. Joe Patterson hopes to get things back together. A tough go of it for Joe this season so far. A young man who was a fan favorite and an important part of the Diamondbacks last year. There we go. He fires a strike. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. 1-2. And last night Joe worked an inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A tough go of it through 22 pitches. Outside. Hit hard, base hit, right field, off speed pitch, and
talk about a guy that's on fire. My goodness.
3-hit night tonight.
Folks, if you or someone you know would love to be calling the games with me and D. Sutt and is between the ages of 10 through 14, then come out Sunday to Chase Field for the Fox Sports Arizona and Sanderson Ford Kidcaster auditions from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. near section 115 and 116 during the Braves and Diamondbacks game. Oh, really? Now that's a little too young. We'd love to have that beautiful child, but it's got to be between the ages of 10 and 14, and we can't have any Giants fans.
Well, that's just a Little League uniform.
Oh, okay.
That's all right.
He's allowed.
I'm all right with that. Our first kid caster will be joining us on Sunday.
So if you want to audition, come on out between 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. near section 115 and 116. That's a little too old. Just a little too old. He's probably about 5 years too old. So come on out. What a great try by Willie Bloomquist. Down 7-0, you're still selling out your body. You really have to appreciate the effort Willie Bloomquist has given. But it's another base hit. And the Braves just continue to be impressive here offensively in Chase Field. Joe Patterson needs a good outing. Got kicked around here last night. Now he's given up back-to-back base hits to left-handed hitters. And that's a little concerning.
What a series so far for Freddie Freeman. He has 2 more games here in this ballpark after tonight, including Kidcaster Sunday. Inside. Yeah, lefties 4 for 9 this year against Joe. 4 for 9, including tonight. Hot shot off the glove of Hill into right center field. They're going to send the run on around. And another run for the Atlanta Braves as they lead it by a score of 8-0. A rocket shot off the bat of Dan Uggla. That is 7 RBIs in the season, all Atlanta tonight.
Just a 2-0 fastball down the middle. And I mean, that ball was hit so hard. Aaron Hill couldn't get his glove up in time to make the grab. Starting to get got to be a little concerned for Joe Patterson as well. I hope he's okay.
At the plate, third baseman Chipper Jones.
Faces Chipper Jones for the 2nd time in his career, does Joe Patterson. Walked him last year. There's a strike. 0-1 the count. Recording the at bat. Pretty obvious to look at the jersey, see who he came to see play. Chipper Jones with a line drive off the glove, a base hit. Jones eases into first. The bases are loaded.
Diamondbacks can't get a line drive to stay in their gloves.
And a honeymoon trip to enjoy Chipper Jones as well.
And that'll be all for Chipper. And he'll go to a Braves fan standing ovation. And some Diamondback fans in there as well.
Two hits tonight for Jones. He reached on an error as well. He'll get that ice machine cranked up. Hope to have those knees ready to go again tomorrow. Juan Francisco, as that one is inside to Hayward. 2-0 the count. That was good. Ross came in and instead of doing a high 5 or a low 5, he wanted to bang knees with Chipper Jones. Tough go of it for Patterson.
Back-to-back nights.
That's a bases loaded walk. And it's 9-0 Atlanta Braves. And Kirk Gibson will head to the mound. He will make the move. With nobody out here in the 9th inning. And the bases loaded. Brad Ziegler comes on. And no errors for the Atlanta Braves. No runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Arizona Diamondbacks. You couldn't hop on a website or grab a newspaper this winter as Brad Ziegler goes to work without reading about all the moves that the Marlins were making and all the decisions that Washington was having to make and how they may have money to spend, and Steven Strasburg was healthy again. And, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies, who seem to win the East every year. Not a whole lot of talk about the Atlanta Braves this winter. They look pretty good over the first 2 games.
People have to remember, if it weren't for the Boston Red Sox catastrophic collapse last year, the Atlanta Braves would have been the talk of the offseason about their catastrophic collapse. These guys, well, very well should have been the wild card instead of the world champion St. Louis Cardinals.
That's exactly right. Ziegler dives that one low.
They just couldn't find a way to win a game down the stretch the last 10 days or 2 weeks, and it cost them dearly.
Jones saying he's better and his club is better. They learned a lot from what they went through. Would have never wanted to go through that again.
Nice job by Ziegler coming in and restoring order. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Everyone else having a lot of fun offensively, but Pastor Nicky not a real big night tonight offensively. A couple of fielder's choice ground outs. 0 for 5.
He's wearing a size 5 collar. Eric Hensky will come in. Ziegler will try to get him to tap into a double play. And an impressive Ziegler. Strike after strike.
There's a double play. You asked for it, and you got it.
Joe Powell will be buying Brad Ziegler some dim-dim.
on. Why didn't you score, McCann? We need. Come on. Where's your wheels? No. I don't have the wheels. Maybe you can score, not me. Well, I guess it takes a walk to score you. And don't you know the old man's waiting for him. Winning is fun, isn't it, when you're playing well?
When you're scoring a bunch of runs, boy, hitting solves all the world's problems. When you're hitting as a team, boy, there's just no problems on the left side of things, no problems on the right side of things. It's just everybody's getting along when you're hitting. And boy, are they hitting.
They are hitting. This is not a save situation, but just a little work. He has not pitched in 6 days, so get Craig Kimbrell, the reigning Rookie of the Year, out on the mound. 95 to 96 miles an hour. Junior college product out of Wallace State Community College in Alabama. Battled through leg injuries in college. Because of that, did a lot of throwing just from his knees to keep his arm strong. That's why they talk about how that arm got so strong. He's got a plenty strong base to go with it now, though. Born in Huntsville, Alabama. Breaking ball, chopped foul to Aaron Hill. Francisco stays in and plays third. Aaron 0 for 3 tonight. Been on base though 14 times in his last 9 games. Let's hope he gets it going again tomorrow night. Bouncing ball. Hey, how about getting it right now against the tough closer? 96 miles an hour, so Hill reaches. And Kimbrell will now go to work against Jason Kubel, who's seen some pretty good fastballs tonight.
He's going to see a better fastball now. At least a harder fastball. I can't say better because Beachy, that was impressive what he did around 90 to 92. Oh, they got the rally hats. Boy, well, we got a little work to do.
Inside. A little tiny cap turned inside. I like the youngster's cap, rally
Probably
cap.
that beautiful child right to her left. Yeah.
Inside 2-0.
Now, no more head jokes tonight, Darren. You got me yelled at last night.
All with our fan there. Now she's got the youngster's cap on. I like the passion, trying to rally the club. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. She didn't bring her own cap, but she gets the concept of the rally cap. Looked around to the left, to the right. Said, all right, give me the baby's cap. I need a rally cap. The husband's already got the rally cap on backwards. I mean, he's got a pretty healthy bucket there going. 2-2 the count.
Something special.
I will never comment on a woman's cap. Yeah, I know better than that, but
good point.
That gentleman there, you can put a couple dozen baseballs in that lid. The 2-2 slider into the dirt. 3-2 the count.
That's a pitch that Kimbrell usually gets left-handed hitters to swing at. That slider down on the back foot. Kubel was able to lay off and get a 3-2 pitch. Most likely going to be a pretty firm fastball. Let's see. Oh, threw the breaker ball for some reason with a 9-0 lead.
Nearly took his feet off by throwing that one.
Don't really understand too much about that one. But a good at bat by Kubel.
Mr. Kimbrell, you couldn't be one of those guys, could you? One of those pitchers like Jose Valverde was on occasion when he was a Diamondback, that if it's just a get in some work night and not a save situation, you can't be as effective? He couldn't be, could he?
Well, he could be. I would hope not, but I don't really understand a 3-2 breaking ball right there with a 9-0 lead in the 9th inning. Which means right now he doesn't have a feel for which pitch he can throw over the plate for a strike. I think He missed with a couple of fastballs here. Let me throw a couple of breaking balls. Well, he missed badly with those too. So now he's kind of fighting himself. It's kind of nice to have the luxury of fighting yourself when you got a 9-0 lead. You don't want this to be a safe situation and start not knowing where your release point is. Gas.
I would imagine McCann has a relationship, and he is kind of the heir apparent to take the clubhouse over, where he could go out there and set him straight pretty quickly.
Good chance.
You can be mentally tough in a pressure situation. You need to be just as mentally tough when you're getting the work in. This is still a major league inning.
You and I are in the same boat when it comes to that, Darren. I'm a big believer in it shouldn't matter if it's a save situation or not. As a professional, you should be able to go out there and get 3 outs.
Yeah, you remember former Diamondback, now Tiger, Jose Valverde battled that a lot.
When he was a Diamondback, absolutely. I think a lot of closers have.
High fly ball in the left center field. And he will move up.
And a lot of times in a 9-0 game, you won't tag up and go to third on that. I like the fact that Aaron Hill did that. Continue to play the game. You don't want to get shut out. You don't want to get shut out. You want to at least get something on the board to prove to yourselves that we can score some runs against these guys.
This will be fun to watch here.
Young power versus young power.
Low 1-0 the count. Breaking ball, 1-1.
That one buckled the knees of Paul Goldschmidt. Well, that is a thing of beauty there.
Another one. It's put on the ground. Francisco gets one. On to first. Not in time. They will not be shut out. And a bit of a Bronx cheer. And that gentleman with his rally cap. A lovely lady sitting beside him with her rally cap. They say, hey, we got that run across.
An RBI for Paul Goldschmidt. The 7th of the year. And I think it's important to score a run right there, just to show yourselves that, man, it's certainly not impossible to score a run.
Para high fly ball to right. Hayward going back, now comes on in, and the Atlanta Braves put this one to bed. They steamrolled the Diamondbacks tonight by a score of 9-1. A tough one. They'll do it again tomorrow. Let's get it out to the post-game show. It's brought to you by CenturyLink. A lot to talk about in this contest. We'll do it right after this commercial break.